A winter wonderland here at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the Kansas City Chiefs. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
They'll run on first down. Hurd. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Right back to him on first down. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 36 yards on the play. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On first down, Hurd. The veteran Jason McCourty up to make the tackle.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try the left side. Hurd, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
Quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Let's go. Switch up, switch up.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Twist on travel. Strong right. Shadow. Right to the end.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Looking left sideline, incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
No, check that. We want Mike to...
Play action, now it's Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Hurd, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Check 24, check 24. Back. 22, check cover. 22.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Put that team on the front. Slow. No.
To throw is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And going deep for him. And got his man. Complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Check three.
From the gun, Jackson. Got an open man, it's Pringle. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
What are you doing? You can't get past me.
2nd and 6 at the Patriots' 44-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And Jackson throwing once more. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And he's brought down. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when, When a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
I got you. Check.
Now a give, right side. Hurd, and he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And the question now, can the Patriot defense hold firm again on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
KC last year on 4th down, 12 of 15, 3rd best in the league, and they're going again.
He's checking. Watch out. Hey, switch gears.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, it's Brady. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a 1st down. That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
72. 6 guys. Hey, check it.
From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way, The head coach turns to the offense coordinator.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. John Simon able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. This one into the hands of Hurd. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. He's going to look deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
10 yards on the pickup.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Brady hitting Dorsett complete. That one good for 13 at a New England 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Check out. What's the motion? What's the motion?
Shotgun now for Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Freeman a 1st down and more. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Devontae Freeman, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point good by Gostkowski, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing now is Brady. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Slam. Watch the safety creep.
Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Brady. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful, because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Switch.
He'll have a first down inside the 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Check nine.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Hurd. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jalen Hurd, as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And
the Chiefs are going to get him.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
On second down, it's Freeman. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole, 3rd and long.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashaan Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Hill shedding the tackle. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
All day, every day, any day. Hey, look, check 24, watch 24. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check 3, check 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hurd.
Check.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Yeah. Choose the outlaw. Choose the mic. That's it. New mic 52, mic 52. All day, baby. All day, baby. All day. Where's 52?
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On first down, Hurd, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the Patriots' 28-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Jackson. Catch is made by Hurd. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. That last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters, as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Throwing is Jackson. And going deep for Hill. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. General West.
Operating from the gun. Brady. Flushed out right. Looking downfield for Dez. It's caught inside the 25. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Brady now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. Here's a quick throw out wide to Dorsett. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. Second and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Say.
He'll get it up the middle, and he is in. Touchdown, New England. Devontae Freeman. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Patriots get a score closer. Gostkowski the extra point, and the lead now down to 20. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Back now in Foxborough. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Hurd. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On third down, Jackson. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Lawrence Guy in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Patriots take over. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with it? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Brady. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Brady to throw. Looking deep for Julio. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Check. Fresno.
Don't bandit.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Tight right. 3 down.
Sugar.
Brady to throw for it on 4th down. And able to find Dorsett. That one good for 13 and a New England 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
50. Easy.
Brady now on 1st down. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Adrian Amos with a pick. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, baby. 6.
And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Patriots 14. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
Let's go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On 3rd down, Freeman. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Kansas City, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew.